Hey guys, how's it going? Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. It's 6:25 right now, so we got about 5 minutes till market open. So let me go ahead and just set all this stuff up. We should be good to go. Let's see. That's set up there. All right, let's see. Today is August 3rd, second official trading day of the month. Let me get the Zoom link out to the premium members. Looks good. Let's see, everything's good here. All right, I'm gonna let people into the room real quick. 6:26, we got about 4 minutes till market open. Go ahead and just admit everyone into the room. And I think we're good. All right, so looking at US 30 right now, just looking here on the 10-minute, I have a couple things marked up here. Let me go ahead and just take this stuff off for the most part. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mark up the previous swings or the previous high lows just to confirm. Actually, I'll do that after. Let me confirm the direction of price first. Overall, once I have the direction of price, then I can show the previous high lows from the different sessions. Let's go ahead and post the YouTube link for the rest of everyone else here. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna let everybody in. We got 3 minutes till market open, and I'll just analyze US 30 really quick. So got that link posted right there. There. Right there. The last place will be in the indices chat as well. All right. All right, cool. Everything looks good. So let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. That looks solid. We have a couple people here with some profits. I'll look over the profits shortly. Market's about to open, so let me go ahead and take a look at US 30 real quick. So looking over here on the 10-minute, we have a bearish bias. Reason for that's because price is below the pivots, trend meter is red. Same here on the 3-minute, price is below the pivots, trend meter is red. And here on the 1-minute, same situation, price is below the pivots and the trend meter is red. So everything's looking like a sell right now on the technical side. Looking at the fundamentals, the futures data are currently in the green, but we don't know how it's going to open in the next 2 minutes once the market officially opens. We'll confirm the fundamentals after the market is fully opened. And looking over here at the market sentiment, it's 65% short. So it's not completely that many people short, but still majority of people are short. So it can literally go either way. So we'll see what happens when this market opens. We got about 40 seconds till market open for US 30. Once that opens, we'll take a look at the fundamentals to confirm that it is bearish. If not, it's cool. We can it can shift to a buy, but for the most part right now, we're currently looking for a sell confirmation. All right, we got about 15 seconds to market open. Five seconds. I'm going to go ahead and just leave this here just in case it is a sell. In order for it to be a sell, we're going to be looking for a valid sell signal. So right here, you can see it's spiking up right now. Let me go check the fundamentals real quick. Refresh this. So it looks like majority of the market is green right now. So it does look bullish on the fundamental side. Yeah, it's already up 84 points, but it's not very strong. So if it's like over 100 points, then yeah, it'll be strong. But right now, it's only up about 80 points. So let's see, we're up about a minute. So we need to confirm how the confirmation is going to look like here. If it's bullish, then I'll tell you if it changes. But I mean, currently right now, we're still looking for a possible sell bias. If this closes with a strong green candle, though, it'll be a buy. I'm not going to take it if it does close as a buy. Not right away, at least. I'm going to wait. The wick right here is kind of strong, but technically this would be a buy right here for a breakout. I'm not going to take it. So I don't recommend you guys take it either, but if you guys want to take it, I mean, feel free. This would technically be the entry here, but it's kind of risky. The reason for it being risky is because there's a big wick on top right here. And all of the confirmations still point towards a sell, right? So the 10-minute still points towards a sell. This would be a sell as well. So I personally wouldn't take this trade right here. So we're going to follow it and see. We need to confirm where fundamentals are going, because you can see right here, the fundamentals aren't really one-sided. They're only up 76 points. Generally, we want it to be up 100 points or down 100 points. Right now, it's not strong enough for me to really jump on that ship and make me want to take a buy just yet, because this can easily shift. Looking over here at the index, this is majority green, but it can easily shift to the red side within the next few minutes or so. So this is technically the breakout, but I'm not going to take it. I'll tell you if I'm going to, so right now I might hop in late. So I'm going to let you guys know if I do hop in late, or you'll hear my MT4, check it. But right now, personally, I'm still not going to take it. So this is going to be breakout. So I'm not in this position at all. You can see the market's super volatile right now, right? It's kind of risky because it looks like it's going to swing up, but it also looks like it can come crashing down. So I'm not really going to risk it. You don't need to take a breakout. If we don't take the breakout, I'm still going to look for scalps after it. So it's not really a big deal. This just seems too risky for me right now. The reason why I would have confirmed this breakout here was because this next following green candle next to it was a very strong green candle with little to no wick on top. However, just looking at how the market's moving right now, it's a little too volatile. And I'm not going to risk it just trying to get this quick, this quick scalp off the breakout. So just looking over here at the fundamentals, you can see a lot of stocks are starting to shift to the red side. So it was completely green earlier. Now these are starting to turn red. And the overall still hasn't really changed much. It's still around 81 points. So these stocks rise down, S&P within striking distance of record highs again. So, and this is exactly why I wouldn't have taken this trade. See, it came all the way down. It's too volatile right now. So I'm not going to take this breakout here. Well, I mean, obviously I didn't take it. I'm going to wait for the actual scalps to come up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on my alerts over here. I'm going to make sure there's no news going on that could possibly affect the market. But I'm glad I didn't take that trade, because that would have been a horrible spike down. And I would have been upset if I took that trade. So I'm glad I didn't. Anyways, looking over at the fundamentals again. Let me see if it's still pushing. Refresh this. You can see right here, it's starting to come back down, right? It was 81 points up. Now it's only 50. So this is why you guys want to, sometimes you got to be a little selective when you decide to take these breakouts, because there's no guarantee they're going to go one direction or the other. And you can see right here, the red stocks are starting to pile on top of each other. So let's see this over here. All right. All right, cool. So everyone should be in the room already. I think everyone's been let in already, so we should be good to go. All right. So as you can see, price is just whipsawing back and forth, right? Price came up, came right back down, provided a sell signal, then it came right back up. So right now, I'm not really going to mess with the market. I'm going to wait a little bit for it to smoothen out, because it's just way too volatile right now. If we're scalping and our stop loss is too tight, then we can easily get kicked out of a trade. So what I'm going to do first right now is I'm going to go ahead and mark up the the previous swing highs and swing lows for the previous sessions. So what I generally do is I go over here. Let me see real quick. All right, market's kind of crazy right now, so I'm not even going to bother trading it, but I'm going to go ahead and just mark up the previous high low so I can make sure that I'm aware of where things are moving. So first, I'm going to go mark up the Asia high low. So market opened right here at 1500. All right, 1500 right here. So the high is going to be, let's see. This is the midnight candle. All right, so the high for Asia is going to be right over here. It's going to be the Asia high, and I generally color it purple. So that's the Asia high right there. The low for Asia is going to be 1500 right here. It's going to be right there. All right, so that's Asia low. The London high is going to be right here, or actually not this. This is already or wait, actually, sorry guys, I messed up the dates. So on the second over here, second on the 15th, 1500 is right here. This would be the Asia low. So price is currently at the Asia low, and the Asia high is going to be right over here. There's the Asia high. And the London high is going to be over here. So this is going to be the London high, generally color the London high red. And the London low is going to be over here. All right, so you can see price is currently at the Asia low right now. It's bouncing right off, like bouncing really close to it. And it might just reject off it. So this is a good thing to have here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw some zones as well, just to confirm if there are any possible snipe entries. So we got one right here. We got one here, and then we got one down here. All right, solid. So the bias is currently for a sell right now. This technically was a snipe entry, or I mean, it was really close for one. So this would technically be a snipe entry right here. It's currently running to its full TP down there. So that's technically a snipe entry. I'm not going to count it because, we looked at it really late, but if you wanted to see that right there, there's a rejection off the pivot, rejection off the structure, sell signal, confirmation of a sell right there. If that didn't confirm as a sell, there'd be another sell right after this one as well. But yeah, I mean, basically right now I'm looking for a retracement. So we're still looking for a sell here, but you can see price is kind of choppy, right? Price kind of swung down, then it swung up, then it swung all the way down. And this is what I mean about it being too volatile, because you don't want to enter a trade and then it ends up spiking up right here, right? So say, for example, you enter a sell, it spikes up right here, stops you out, and then it comes all the way back down. So what we're looking for right here is a retracement up, and then we'll catch it as it swings back down on the 3 minute. Same with the 1 minute over here. Technically, this would have been a 1 minute entry right here because we had a sell signal, but I personally wouldn't have hopped into it because it would have been so close to stop loss. So you can see right there, if you enter this for a sell right there off that sell, price spiked up, nearly hit stop loss, but then it came all the way back down to hit TP. So if your stop loss is too tight, it's going to be very risky because you guys can easily hit your stop loss before you hit your TP. So I have everything marked up right here. It's still continuing to drop even further. This is exactly why you guys wanted to wait for that entry here. So you can see the actual stock index over here is now turning red. Majority of it is now red. Looking over here at the overall index for the day, it's only up 27 points. So you can see it went from being 80 points to now 27. Generally, you want to wait for it to be negative 100 or positive 100. Then you'll have the confirmation of the fundamentals being biased one way or the other. Looking over here at the market sentiment, it's still at 65%. So you can see that a lot of retail traders weren't in the market or they didn't get stopped out. A lot of these are just long-term holds, because if you have big spikes like this, you probably expect, some of these people to get kicked out. So market opened right here at 7 or 6:30. It spiked up about nearly 500 pips. And then from there, it spiked all the way back down another 1,000 pips. So as you can see, it's very volatile. I'm going to go ahead and draw the Asia swings for highs and lows here as well on the and this thing's tanking. Look at this right here. So this is exactly why you guys want to wait for that confirmation, because the thing is, if you entered a buy earlier, you would have been totally screwed because it came all the way back down, right? The technicals are pointing towards the sell side, but the fundamentals on open are pointing towards the buy side. So since they both conflict, I generally don't like to take the trade right away. I wait for the confirmation on either side before I hop in. Like I want both confirmations to be like I want both confirmations, the technicals to be on the sell or either to be on the buy. Right now, currently, they're both pushing towards the sell, but we still don't have the confirmation here because the fundamentals are only down 20 points. We want this to be negative 100 so that we have strong confirmation of the bias going that direction. Last thing you want to do is enter a trade, and then it ends up reversing on you on the last minute, right? And I'm sure that's happened to you guys a lot, where you guys literally enter as soon as it reverses. So let me go ahead and just mark this up right here. The Asian high lows on the 3 minutes. So let's see, 1500 is right here. All right. So this looks like this would be the Asia high right here. Color that purple for Asia session. This would be the low. See, after midnight right here, this would be the high. 236. And this would be the, let's see, midnight. All right, so US open at 5:30. This would be the London low. And this would technically be the US high. So I'm just going to mark this up so that we can stay up to date with this stuff. I'll color the US high lows in green. So here you can see this, the snipe entry did hit TP. I'm not going to count it because I didn't take it. And we also didn't identify it until super late. So technically this would be a snipe entry. And then like I mentioned earlier, this is where I mentioned there'd be another snipe entry right after it because it provided the same requirements. So this would be the second snipe entry. And if you guys aren't familiar with the strategy, I'll go ahead and put the requirements over here real quick so that you guys can be refreshed for the people who are new here. This is the K2 US 30 10-minute snipe. So first you want to confirm wick rejection off any K2 pivot. 2, confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. 3, confirm wick rejection off K2 pivot does not touch candle body. And lastly, confirm direction of momentum using K2 momentum indicator. All right, so looking at these requirements right here, you can see for this red candle right here, this one prior to the one that we're currently looking at, and I'll set an alert here for the full TP because we were watching this before it even happened. I mentioned that if this candle closed the way it did, it'd be a full TP or it'd be another entry here. So this would be a snipe full TP, it's 500. And what we're looking for here is we're looking for, number one, a wick rejection off the K2 pivot right here. This red candle has a wick rejection off this blue pivot right here. Second, confirm wick rejection off K2 SR zone. You can see it's rejecting off this pink zone right here. Third, you want to confirm the wick rejection off the pivot doesn't touch the candle body. So right here, the body's down here, the pivot's way up here. So that confirms. Lastly, you want to confirm the direction of momentum using the K2 momentum indicator. Right here, we have a sell signal. So we're only looking for sells. At that point, this would be qualified as a valid snipe entry. I'm not going to take it on the higher time frames. I'm going to wait for, for a confirmation on the lower time frames before I hop into that. Because the last thing I want to do is hop into a sell here and then it ends up spiking all the way back up, right? Because it happens all the time if you try to enter a trade late. That's why I always mention if you guys see a late trade, sometimes it's better just wait for the next one rather than hop in for a late entry, because this can easily just wick all the way back up and then you'll be in some heavy drawdown instead of just catching a small little move here because it's right at support anyways. So looking at that right there, that's a snipe entry. I'm currently looking for retracement on the 3 minute, and there you go, full TP off the snipe for whoever caught it. Steven is asking for the horn. So here's the horns for you guys. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, you guys got to be quick. And this is why it's important that you guys understand the strategy so that you guys can hop into these trades right away if you guys see them yourself. Because I didn't take it myself. But looking at Steven over here, Steven actually locked in 2092 off that sell right there, right? So we took the snipe, he hopped in, made some really nice profit off these two snipes right here. So the first one right here, it looks like he locked in 1061. On the second one right here, he locked in another 1087. So definitely work right there, Steven. All right, a couple other people lock in profits too. Let's see, Vincent over here as well locked in about $100. Nice work, Vincent. If you guys have any other profits, go ahead and send them over. Let's see, Jeff over here as well. Let me just copy this over. Let's see, connection issue. All right, so let's see, Jeff over here. Let's copy these over. All right, so Roman over here as well. So Roman took the sells right there. He locked in a total of 1,135. Looking at everyone else over here, Alex too. Alex sells. He locked in the 830. So a lot of you guys locked in some nice sells here. Even though I didn't take any trades on my own, some of you guys did lock in some pretty solid sells. Kyle Amrazo here locked in 2,775. And this is why it's important that you guys understand the strategy and you guys are able to apply this, on your own. Justin Guy over here took some sells as well, locked a total of 810. Nice work, Justin. And Jay over here as well. Jay locked in the total of 427. Nice work, Jay. So a lot of you guys here locked in some pretty massive profits. Looking over here, actually, let's see. So Jeff over here, Jeff locked in 1,971. Ensong locked in a total of 1,475. Jeff again, 3,356. And down here again, lastly, another profit update from Jeff, 5,485. Nice work, Jeff. So you guys did pretty solid overall if you guys hop into the sell here using the snipe entry. But yeah, other than that, let me see Paul as well. Paul locked in 400. EW also locked in some profit. Even though I didn't catch these trades here, a lot of you guys did. So if you guys want to send in your profits, go ahead and send them over and then I'll add them to the list over here. Nice. So let's see. David over here locked in a total of, he locked in some pretty solid profit. Look, about 1,000 right here for David. Oh, 554. Okay, nice. So 554 over here by David. Tiana over here as well. She said, okay, I'm done. She locked in a total of 1,790. So, you guys can easily lock in a lot of profits, even though I'm not taking these trades here. If you guys understand the strategy. EW as well, you can see her from the Zoom. She locked in a total of 6,658. Nice work, EW. Yeah, she said did well with the K2 open. So she hopped in on that open and then she hopped it all the way back down. So definitely great work here for you guys who understand what we're doing, on these live sessions. So let's see. Albert over here as well. Albert locked in 176. Nice work, Albert. He took the breakout. And then again, right here for another $7 on his personal. Larkin as well. Larkin took in the sells right there for a total of 581. Nice work, Larkin. Jeff over here again, 5,485. Damn, crazy work, Jeff. Nice work right there. John over here too. John locked in 3,300. So as you guys can see, even though I didn't take any trades myself, a lot of the members here in K2 took some trades as they saw them and they hopped in right away. This is why it's important that you guys understand the strategy, because the thing is, I'm very conservative with my trading. I only take trades if I know they're for sure going to hit. If you guys want to take all the entries that are available, you can see right here, a lot of people are locking in some pretty massive profits. Like Jeff's already up 5,000. It's only 6:48 in the morning. Joshua too. So Joshua locked in a total of 672 off one account. He took the sell, and then the other sell right here locked in a total of 1,445. Nice work, Joshua. All right, so I think that's it for the profits right now. Let me see if there's any other entries available. So price is way past the Asia lows and the London lows. So it's now establishing new lower lows. And we're just waiting for a retracement. So what I'm looking for right here is I'm looking for price to retrace up. And then I catch it as it drops further. Same with the 3 minute. I'm looking for a retracement up. And then I'm going to catch it as it comes back lower. So it's just a game of patience, guys, for me. I'm not just going to enter trades right away. I'm going to wait for an actual entry. But yeah, other than that, the snipe here already hit full TP. So I can delete both of these right here. And it's still dropping even further. So it's pretty solid. I mean, for the most part. Let's see, open happened right here at 620. Price will do one of two things. Price will either continue pushing down or it will retrace back up. In my perspective, looks like it's going to just keep dropping even further. But here's the thing, guys. You guys don't want to chase this, because if you guys chase this right here, it can easily swing all the way back up at any moment. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are looking to enter the trade here. So let me go ahead and take a look at the chat and see who's here, since we don't really have much to look at. If you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and then I can answer your questions for you. If we do see an entry here, I have my alert set up, so it'll let me know when price retraces up, and we can hop back in for a sell as it continues to drop even further. Let's see other profits here as well. Brittany locked in a total of about 500, 600, about 700 for Brittany. So definitely great work there, Brittany. Roman as well. Roman locked in another trade here. He locked in a total of 2,394. Nice work, Roman. Abraham over here too. Abraham took the risk. He took the sell and the buys. Locked in a total of 772. Nice work, Abraham. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty solid. Yeah, Joshua said that was a super risky trade, bro. I don't really like speculative trades. Sticking with the indicators. Yeah, no, it's super risky, guys. But if you guys can handle the risk, it's completely fine. For me, I have bigger accounts, so I don't really like I'm more on the conservative side. I'd rather only take trades that are for sure than to take these risky trades here, because these can easily spike back up. Looking at the fundamentals over here, it's still not negative 100, right? You can see it's only negative 85 points. So this can easily just shift back to the buy side at any moment. Looking over here at the stock index, it's pretty red for the most part, but you can see here, it's not completely red. Home Depot here is still up about 3 points. Salesforce is up 1.5 points. Walmart's about the same, 1.5. Microsoft about 1 point. So these can easily just shift back to the buy side. For me, unless it's really one-sided, you can see right here, it's starting to lessen, right? It was like negative 89. Now it's negative 70. Going back over here, here's that retracement that I was looking for. It's pushing all the way back up. This is why you guys got to be careful, because if you guys chase the move like that, it can easily just shift right back up, and you don't want to get caught in this, any of these whipsaw moves where price whips back and then it comes right back down. So just be careful if you guys are wondering, when to enter the trade. So let me just check the chat real quick and see who's in the room. So let's see. Morning, Miles. Morning, Peter. Morning, Salorum. Morning, Abraham. Morning, Mark. Morning, Essa. Morning, Matt. Morning, Clyde. Morning, Fumi. Morning, Eunice. Morning, Paul. Over here in the YouTube, we got Ali over here. Morning, Ali. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Kushi. Morning, Alex. Morning, Adele. Morning, Vincent. Morning, Riga. Morning, Mehdi. Morning, Crontheus. Morning, Jody. Morning, Camo. Morning, Kendra. Morning, everybody. So anyways, let me see if there's any questions here before I skip over these. Clyde said, which broker should I use in the United States to trade US 30? I mean, you can use any of the brokers that I've mentioned before. I mean, depending on your account size and where you plan on trading, Clyde, I mean, there's a lot of options you can use. If you want to use a regulated broker, you can use Tradestation if you want to trade directly on TradingView on this platform here. If you have a smaller account size and you might want to trade with an unregulated broker like Hugo's Way or CoinEx, depending on how big of an account you have. If you have at least 1,000, you can use Hugo's Way. If you have under 1,000, you could probably use CoinEx. If you want to trade with a US broker, you need a bigger deposit. Just keep that in mind, because the leverage is very low. If it's US regulated, it's like 1 to 30. So you need at least maybe 10 to 20,000 if you want to trade with the US regulated broker to have enough cushion to take these trades here. So, I mean, there's a lot, about 5 to 10K. You can probably use Tradestation. If you want to trade directly on here, you can use the Tradestation. If you just go down to the brokers right here, it tells you which brokers are available. One of the main ones is Tradestation. You have to trade the actual future though, which would be YM or MYM. It's the same thing. So right here, we have US 30. If you go to YM, which is the actual future, here it loads up. It's exactly the same thing. It's just a different symbol. Because if you want to trade in the US, they don't have US 30. You have to trade the actual future, which is YM. US 30 mirrors YM. It's the same thing. So if you want to use them, go ahead and check out Tradestation. But I mean, it's really up to preference. So what I'd recommend is you go try out different brokers, whatever you like to use, and use that. because there's only certain brokers that can work on TradingView, and there's only certain brokers that will work on MT4, which is what we normally use for the most part. It's just a little hassle if you want to trade on multiple platforms if you're not familiar with doing that. So let me scroll up real quick, see what else I missed. Eunice said news in 20 minutes. Let me check that real quick. Okay, yeah. So we had news, or actually we have news coming up right here. So we have factory orders coming up at 7. It's not like heavy news, but it is, it's still news. And then again today at 11, this is what's going to be important. We have a Fed member Bowman speaking at 11 today. So this is NFP week, guys. So keep in mind that market is going to be moving a little crazy this week. This is why I'm being a little careful, because we might see some whipsaw moves where price comes up and comes down, then comes up and comes down, especially with the Fed speaking later today. There's no retracement here. So in order to get a retracement, guys, we need a retracement like this. So you can see right here, prices below the pivots and the trend meter is red. Right here, we have an opposite signal for a green. So this is a retracement I'm looking for. I'm looking for price to come down, retrace to the upside. And then as soon as we get a sell signal confirming the direction of price, this is where I would enter for a sell if it was valid. And that's exactly what I'm looking for here, guys. I'm waiting for the confirmation before I hop into the sell here, because the last thing I want to do is hop in and then, the last thing I want to do is hop in and then this ends up shifting. So right here, the bias is definitely shifted to a sell. It's now negative 100 points. Now I definitely want to take a sell. As soon as I get a retracement, I'm going to take it because the bias to the sell side is very strong. The technicals here are showing a sell. Reason for that is because price is below the pivots, trend meter is red. Same with the 3-minute, price is below the pivots, trend meter is red. And the 1-minute, price is below the pivots, trend meter is red, right? So everything here is pointing towards the sell side. Looking at the fundamentals as well, I mentioned that in order for me to have my bias change to a sell, this needs to be negative 100 or positive 100. You can see earlier it was negative 100. Now it's only negative 87. We want it to stay below 100 points for that confirmation of the sell. Also, looking over here at market sentiment, you can see the retail traders are shifting, right? They're going from shorts to now longs. It's 61% right now. Looks like a lot of people just pulled out of their positions. So as soon as it pulls out of their positions, what I expect some sort of retracement to the upside so that more retail traders hop on the buy side, right? As soon as this number changes to like 60% long, 70% long, then you could expect price to possibly crash down even further. So what I see happening here is probably for the rest of the day, maybe tomorrow, we'll probably see some retracement to the upside. And then as soon as this number over here changes and it goes from 61% short to 61% long, you're going to see price kind of build up to a buy. And then all of a sudden it's just going to consolidate a bit and then just come down heavily. It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but I think by the end of this week, possibly it'll probably come back down depending on where market sentiment's sitting by Friday, because it is NFP. So you're going to see a lot of increased volatility by tomorrow night. Market's still kind of slow right now because it's, beginning of the week. Also it's NFP. So a lot of people are being conservative until it gets closer to the middle of the week when the news starts coming out. If you look at the news over here, today's a light news day. Tomorrow is heavy. So we have heavy ADP non-farm employment change right here. They're going to start to release employment data right here on Wednesday. So this is when market's going to start to pick up a lot more. Thursday as well, unemployment claims here in the US at 5:30. So you can see from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's going to be very volatile. Market's going to pick up pretty heavily. Today is just a light news day. Everything's pretty much yellow. The only thing that's important here is Fed member Bowman, who's going to speak at 11. That's going to be the main thing that we're probably going to be curious about. So let me go ahead and check the chat to see if I'm missing anything else before we continue on. Paul said on the 1 hour time frame, when market opened Monday, total gap was made. The gap was closed with a bearish Maru Bozu. That told me a bias was a sell. Oh, I agree, Paul. Definitely. I think I saw that too on the 1 hour as well. Let me look at this over here. Yeah, so the gap doesn't show on mine over here, but let's see. Oh, actually, no, you're right. There was a gap right here. Huge gap right here. So you can see it came up and then rejected off the all-time high right here. You can see these same markups from last week, right? So we marked these up last week and it did exactly what I drew up here, right? So I drew here that it swing low, swing back up, swing low, swing back up, swing low. And I marked this up here. It didn't hit exactly on that same day, but a few days later it did hit. And then now it's, it's established 3 rejections off the all-time high right here. So 1, 2, 3. And at this point, it's coming its way all the way back down right here. But this candle right here is just way too big. Generally, if this candle right here is this big, there's usually going to be some sort of retracement. This candle closes in about 10 seconds. So this is going to be the 1 hour candle. And you could probably expect some sort of retracement from here. This is just way too big of a candle. You can see this 1 hour candle dropped about 2,000 pips. And you can see right there, there's a retracement starting to retrace up a little bit. So it's fine. But yeah, Paul, definitely good catch there for, for that pattern that you saw on market open. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to retrace up. It's going to be some time. It's not going to happen right away. At this point, these high lows are probably irrelevant at this point because it's so, let me go ahead and just mark this up right here for the possible low for US. So right here, I have the US high and the US low currently. If it breaks below it, then obviously there's going to be a lower low, but that's basically what we're looking for right now. All right, we got a 1 minute signal over here. There's a retracement we're looking for. And then we want to catch it as it comes back, as it comes back down. But this might be a little risky because it might be reversing at this point. This is exactly what you guys didn't want to fall for. You didn't want to keep chasing the sell here, and then now it's retracing up. If you entered the sell at the very bottom, you would have been screwed because now it's pushing up 500 pips, 600 pips, 700 pips. It's probably going to push up pretty high. And I'm probably not going to trade on the 1 minute. I'll probably hold off on the 1 minute entries. I'll be looking for the 3 minute. I'll let this push up a little higher. Looking over here at the fundamentals, you can see the numbers start to shift, right? It was down like over 100 points. Now it was down 80 points, and now it's only 74. Let's see, stocks are a little changed as COVID concerns away on reopening trades. So you can see right here, these are things that are affecting the market right now. COVID's affecting it because, we're not sure if we're going to go back into another lockdown, or I know we're starting to have to wear masks again here. So there's a lot of things that are affecting the market, guys. It's not just fundamentals and technicals. There's things like COVID also affecting the market. So you guys just got to keep in mind when you guys are taking these trades that there's a lot of other factors out there. You can't just look at one thing. Like a lot of people only look at technicals. Technicals are only one piece of the puzzle. You guys also have to look at fundamentals, also look at market sentiment, also look at the news that comes out like this, because this can easily affect the market one way or another. But yeah, looking at the fundamentals over here, you can see it's starting to drop again. So it's 89 points in negative right now. Once it gets to 100, that's usually going to be the sweet spot for you to start looking for some possible sells. Let me scroll down real quick. Let's see, morning, Joseph. Let's see. Hassan, I'm using currency.com data. My trend mirror is blue. Hassan, you might have to change your options down here. So you probably have your intraday settings. There'd be no point in you looking at intraday settings if you're trading on the 1 minute, right? If you're scalping, you have to change the settings to same as chart. So if you're trading on the 1 minute, you have the same as chart, and that's why it's red down here. Same with the 3 minute. If you're trading on the 3 minute, you change it to same as chart, and it should be red down here. You probably have it set to the intraday settings. If you have it set to the intraday settings, it's going to be blue down there because you don't have, like, you're looking at what the trend is looking like a day from now because you have it set to the 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour. So if I change this down here, you're not going to get a trend because you're trading on the 3 minute, but you're looking at the trend on on the daily, right? So you probably have it here set to 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hour, and that's why it's blue. See how it's blue down there? Because you're looking at the trend on the longer time frame, but you're trading on the shorter time frame. So if you're scalping, you want to use the shorter time frames, obviously, because you want to confirm that it's that it's actually going. Like you're actually following where it's going within like the next couple of minutes or so if you're scalping. So that might be the change that you need, Hassan, to fix it. Let's see. Enzo said, I think it rejected off the 4 hour support. So let me go over here real quick. Let me go to the 4 hour. Here, let me see. K2SR. So I don't have a support drawn over here on mine, Enzo. It's kind of like out in the open still. So maybe on the 1 hour, let me check. Yeah, on the 1 hour support right here. It's currently at a 1 hour support on my end. So you can see right here, I already have it marked up. We had the support drawn right here, and I just drew the K2SR over it. So it's currently bouncing off the 1 hour, which is the same thing. I mean, you probably see it on the 4 hour, but on my K2SRs, it shows on the 1 hour here, which is completely fine. So we'll have to wait and see what happens from here, but we're still looking for that retracement. This is fine. If this closes like that, it'll be an invalid signal, which is perfectly fine. We just want some sort of retracement confirmation before we enter any of these trades here. So same with the 1 minute here, there's no entry available. We're looking for a sell signal. If we get that sell signal, then we can possibly follow it for a possible entry. Looking here on the fundamentals, you can see price is kind of bouncing around. It was just at negative 53, was at negative 100 earlier. Now it's at negative 70. So looking at the stock index, it's right down the middle, right? Like you can see even number of green stocks and even number of red stocks. They're not just all red or all green. So there's not really a strong confirmation, but I mean, obviously you can see right here that there's stronger, there's stronger red stocks than the green. There you can see the numbers fluctuating pretty crazy right now. This is fine if this closes. We actually wanted to close with that opposite signal, which it didn't. Okay, so what we need here, guys, is we need a buy signal. We need something like this right here, right? So price is currently in a strong sell bias. So we need a buy signal like this right here. We need a buy signal like this. So if this closes right here, that's completely fine. This doesn't mean that price is reversing. This just means that price is it's confirming the retracement up. Because when you see momentum swings, you can see price swings down, then it swings up, then it swings down, then it swings up, right? What's going to happen after it swings up? It's going to have to swing back down. And that's exactly what we're looking for. We want this to swing up. We catch it at the high, and then we catch it as it swings all the way back down. So that's why it's a game of patience, guys. You guys got to be patient and wait for the actual entry to appear, then to just enter, because you might get caught in a trap. So this is fine right here. We're just waiting for a retracement, and we'll catch it as it comes back down. It lines up with the 1 minute, so it's completely fine. Looking over here, morning, Steven. Let me check the YouTube now because I haven't looked over here yet. Let's see. So Mehdi's asking, what does Asia and London high lows? So Mehdi, the way I got these high lows right here is I marked off from Asia session and from London session, right? So Asia session over here started at 1500 my time. So on the second over here, you can see that market opened right here at 1500, right? So this is 1500, and London opens at midnight, which is basically 0 o'clock for me here. So if you put these together right here, see this this little gap right here from this point to this point. This is where I mark up the Asia high, which was right here. So price swung up here. This is the highest price got during Asia session. And then this is the lowest that it got during Asia session. So this is why I marked up this purple and this purple, because this is the Asia high and Asia low. Looking over here, I did the same thing for London. So I went from midnight up until 5:30 where US market opened. And you can see this is the highest London got, and then this is the lowest London got. So that's why I have a red line here and a red line here. Obviously, you can see price respected it when we opened right here. So market opened right here. US session 5:30, and then 6:18 came down to the London low, and it bounced from here and it bounced up. From here, it bounced down, and it broke through all the lows from Asia and London. So that's one way to identify where possible market structure is. I mean, there's different ways to do it, but recently that's what we've been using, and it's been working pretty solid. So that's how you would identify where the Asia high lows are. All right, let's see. Yeah, Prometheus said, don't stand in front of a moving train. Exactly. And that's what I was just talking about earlier, guys. You know, this is what we would consider a moving train. Price is just coming down. You don't want to catch it as it comes, as it retraces up, right? You want to catch it as it comes back down, pretty much ride that wave in the same direction. Right here, that buy signal didn't close. So there's no confirmation of an entry there yet. Possible entry here on the 1 minute, but it would need to be valid. In order for the sell signal to be valid, it needs to be a red candle within the red signal there. Yeah, okay. So Jay just mentioned the 1 minute. So that's exactly what we're looking for right now. But we need that confirmation before we can hop into it. Nice. Let's see. Jody said locked in 420, also my new personal record. Congrats, Jody. It's awesome. So Jody's up 420 for the day. Camo as well. So Camo said been locking in 300 a day. Today was 400. I'm done. Yeah, definitely. If you guys have a profit goal to reach, you can call it a day. Like today is just a risky day because the Fed is speaking at 11. So volatility is kind of starting to die down as we get closer to Fed member Bowman speaking. Reason for that's just, a lot of people, they want to be careful, just like how we are. They don't want to hop in right away and get caught in some bad moves. So right here for the 1 minute, this would technically be a scalp entry. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it. It seems a little risky. The reason for it being risky is because how the market's moving, like I mentioned earlier. It's not really moving one directional. It's kind of just bouncing back and forth. Right here, it's down 91 points. I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm probably not going to take it. I'm looking for an entry here on the 3 minute. This would give me a better confirmation because there's less noise on the 3 minute. So I have it marked up right here. If you guys are wondering, how the strategy works, if you guys are brand new here, this is the K2 US 30 1 minute pivot scalp. So for one, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum, valid K2 momentum signal. 2A, confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4, or 2B, confirm price is below pivots or a sell, or above or a buy. So looking at these requirements right here, the first thing that we need is a valid K2 momentum signal, right? We don't have a valid signal here. If we get a valid sell signal where it's a sell signal with a red candle within it, that's going to confirm requirement number 1. Requirement number 2 is you want to confirm prices breaking and closing past K2 pivots, which are these 2 lines right here. Since price is already below it, you're going to skip 2A, go down 2B. You want to confirm prices below pivots for a sell. So all we need right here is a valid sell signal in order for it to be a valid entry. But until we get that, there's not going to be a confirmation. So that's basically what we're looking for. If you guys are brand new here, I mean, a lot of you guys here are returning members. So if you guys are returning, you guys already know what we're looking for here. It's just a game of patience. It's like fishing, right? We're waiting for that big catch. We're not going for any risky moves here. We're just waiting for something to bite, which hasn't come yet. Yeah, sure, no problem, Eddie. Glad I can help you with that. If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat, and I'll answer any questions that you guys have. I'm here to help you guys out. So if you guys are confused with anything, want me to go over any strategies, need help with FTMO lot sizing, stuff like that, you guys can put your questions in the chat, and then I can answer them for you. Because right now we just don't have any entries yet. Patricia over here, nice. Patricia locked in a total of 6,305. So you guys can see here, if you guys understand how to apply these strategies, you guys can easily do them yourself. You don't have to wait for me to call trades. You guys can easily take these trades yourself. Tommy here locked in a total of 4,688. Nice work, Tommy. Melinda over here locked in a total of 1,966, basically 2,000 at that point. And then we got Jeff over here with a total of 6,870. So Jeff's pretty much riding it back and forth. He's taking these retracements back up, which are really nice. I would take them, but like I mentioned before, I'm a very conservative trader. I'm not taking trades for whatever reason. I'm waiting for an actual entry to appear, and then I'm going to take it. So Junior over here locked in a total of 6,125 down. Nice work, Junior. Tam over here as well. Tam locked in a total of 626. Nice work, Tam. And then her other account over here, 1,990. Nice work, Tam. So definitely great work there. Glad to see a lot of you guys here killing it. Let's give you guys some emojis over here while we're waiting for a possible entry. So if you guys understand the strategies, you guys can be applying these yourself. Me personally, I'm going to be a little careful with the entries that I decide to take. And if you guys are brand new here and you want access to these indicators, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here, and then you'll get access to the K2 indicators on TradingView in order to apply these, these entries on your own. So nothing here on the 3 minute, nothing here on the 1 minute yet as well. We're just waiting for that confirmation here. As you can see, price kind of died down a bit, right? Looking at current price on the 1 minute, you can see that price is just ranging now, right? The reason for that is because the Fed's going to speak in about a couple hours. So a lot of people are kind of just waiting for the Fed to be done speaking, and they're probably going to trade some more. But looking at this right here, if I drew this for you, you can see that price is just going sideways. There's literally no direction being set on the 1 minute, which is unusual. Usually you have a movement going for the 1 minute. Same with the 3 minute here. You go ahead and mark up the high right here. And then you mark up the low. You can see that price isn't really moving very much, right? It's kind of just going sideways. So no direction set on the 3 minute, no direction set on the 1 minute. It's just going sideways. And then same here on the 10 minute as well. It's literally going sideways as well. If we were to draw this right here, like the same thing that I drew on the other time frames, it's literally just going sideways. And the reason why you guys don't want to trade when price is going sideways like this, I'm not going to draw zones because I don't want to confuse you guys with the lines there, but I'll just draw a horizontal line right here. And then a horizontal line right here. The reason why you don't want to trade when the market's moving like this is because you can get caught in a breakout in either way, right? So like right here, price is just going sideways. Last thing you want to do is enter a sell, and then it spikes up. Vice versa, the last thing you want to do is enter a buy, and then it spikes all the way back down, right? Because generally that's what happens when the market consolidates like this. Nia's asking here. Let me just check real quick. Let's see. Mikhail said it's building liquidity mostly to push up short term and then back downwards. Yeah, no, I agree with you too, Mikhail. That's why I'm not really inclined to enter a trade yet, because just like you said, you said it's probably a push up short term like this, and then maybe reject off the pivot right here, coming straight back down, right? Like a fake out. So this is usually the fake out that catches a lot of people. They see a breakout of this range right here, then people hop onto that buy because they think it's going to keep pushing up, and then all of a sudden it pushes up slightly above the pivots, like somewhere around this area, and then when you least expect it, just comes crashing all the way back down. And this is a fake out that I'm not wanting to get caught in. So an example for breaking closing past pivots like Nia is mentioning. So say, for example, right here, Nia, price is above the pivots, right? If price ends up coming back down from this point, then it'll be breaking closing past these two pivots. I'll show you an example over here if I could find one. They're a bit harder to find on the 1 minute because there's a lot of noise on here and the candles aren't really that big. Okay, so here's an example right here. So if I go back over here, you can see that price is currently, so before this candle right here, so let me go back before this entry came up. So right here, price is below the pivots, right? Price is below the pivot. So on the next candle right here, it's a signal candle, and it also breaks and closes past the pivots right here. So the pivots are right here, price breaks past it, and then it closes above it, right? That would be a confirmation of 2A, which would be breaking and closing past the pivot. So if you were to take this trade right here for a buy, right over there, and you let it run, there you go. That'd be an example of a breaking, closing past the pivots. It's a little confusing without seeing it in action, but this is basically what you'd be looking for if you're looking for it to break and close past the pivots. So going back to current price right here, we're just going to wait for actual entry, but there's no sell that's available just yet. So broke out of that range right there that I just drew, which is completely fine. Let's check the fundamentals real quick to see where price is currently going. You can see that it's kind of just going back and forth, right? It was negative 100. Now it's back to break even. It's only negative 11. So it's going to swing back into the green. Looking over here at the actual stock index, you can see price is starting to shift, right? Before there were more red stocks, now there are more green stocks. So this is why you guys got to wait for that confirmation and not just hop into trades right away. Because like I mentioned before, if you guys entered a sell down here at the bottom, you would have been screwed, because if you entered right here and you chase this, like say, for example, you guys didn't have the strategy here that we're applying, right? You guys just entered because you saw it dropping. So you can see price over here is dropping. If you followed this and you chased the drop here, you would have been screwed, because if you entered a sell right here, price would have came down slightly and then it would have reversed on you completely. and then you would have gone stopped out. So this is why it's important that you guys are patient and you guys wait for actual entries instead of just hopping in and chasing these moves. Because you never know what's going to happen, especially on a week like this. It's NFP week. This is usually one of the riskiest weeks to trade because there's high volatility. And there's a lot of whipsaws where price reverses on you when you least expect it. So looking at the 10-minute over here. All right, price has shifted here on the 10-minute. It's still below the pivot, so it still has a sell bias. But looking here on the 3-minute and the 1-minute, price is starting to shift to the upside. So this is what we might see right here. We might see price come up, and then it might reject off the Asia low right here and the pivot. So we'll be waiting for that. We'll see what happens right here. But this is why I keep the high lows marked up on the chart just in case for something like this. So I'll wait for the confirmation. Looking at the 10-minute, it still has a sell bias. 3-minute still has a sell bias. The only difference here is the fundamentals. The fundamentals are starting to shift to a buy. Looking over here, it is now in the green, right? It's not in the red anymore. So these are days that you usually don't want to trade too risky. You guys saw the last couple of days, or yesterday more specifically, it was like super one-sided, right? That's why a lot of people locked in like some of their biggest profits yesterday because it was so easy to hop into these trades. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's necessarily difficult. It's just a lot more riskier. And for me, I don't like losing trades, so I don't like taking trades that I'm not 100% sure about. Let's see what happens here. So let's see a couple other people here too. Let's see Sisuk over here locked in a total of 4,680. Nice work, Sisuk. He took trades in both directions. Definitely great work there. Kevin Lim over here as well. Kevin locked in a total of 960, basically 1,000 at this point. Nice work, Kevin. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty solid. Ken over here too. So Ken said took a quick sell on the retest Asia low. Now we're at the 7-day low. Check it, Shawn. So right here, Ken locked in a total of 240 off this one little scalp right here that he took off the the bounce off the swing. So let me see. So Ken mentioned that it's getting close to the 7-day low. So I'm going to go on the daily real quick. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I see it right here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you're talking about it actually broke right past it, Ken. Unless you're talking about this one right here, you might be talking about the next one, on the 8th day. So let me go ahead and just mark that up right there. I'll use a different color so that we can follow it, make sure that we're aware that that's actually like the daily. So let me go over here real quick. Yeah, so it's actually pretty close. Wait. Trying to see if my color is, or it might be too far off because this is the 3-minute. Well, I have it marked up, so if it does come to that point, we'll take a look. But let me see. I'll just take off this right here and I'll scroll down. Yeah, so it's actually right below where price currently was at that low right there for the I guess 7-day or 8-day. All right. So looking at current price right here, like I mentioned earlier, it might come up and it might reject off one of these pieces over here. So we'll see what happens at this point. But currently right now with the fundamentals, it's currently in the green again. It's now up 44 points. A lot of back and forth action right here. Once the Fed speaks again later, it might shift even back in the other direction, but who knows? We really don't know yet until that happens. If it shifts to the buy side, it's completely fine. There's no, bias doesn't always stay one direction forever. If it shifts back to the buy side, that's completely fine. You can change your bias from a buy to a sell, or from a sell to a buy. And then if it comes back down, you can shift it back from a buy to a sell. It just depends on where price currently is. The main point is that you guys don't get married to a position, right? You're not always stuck looking at sells all day. You're not always stuck looking at buys all day. If market conditions change, you guys should be able to adapt with the market. Market sentiment right here is still showing that 61% of people are short. It's not really one-sided. It's kind of just right down the middle. Generally, if it's one-sided, you'll see this -70 to like -80. Right now, it's only a -60. You can see people are on the fence as to where price is going to be going. Lior is asking, say guys, what broker do you use? So for me, I use FTMO for the most part. I also have a Hugo's Way account on my personal. And then for Forex, I use forex.com. So I use a couple of different brokers, but I don't really trade Forex as much anymore. Market's kind of flat in the Forex market. It hasn't really moved very much, kind of just going sideways. So I haven't really traded Forex that much. If I see an entry, I do take it, but for the most part, I only take about like 1 or 2 entries a week for Forex. I mainly focus on US 30 because it actually moves during our times of trading. Let's see. Abraham's asking, is bias changed to a buy on the 3-minute? Not currently, not yet. I mean, technically it kind of shifted to the upside, but this hasn't confirmed that it's actually changed yet. It's slightly above. In order for it to change, you need it to come up pretty high. You need it to shift up. You need it to retrace back down. And then you need it to keep pushing up. That would confirm that it's actually shifted. It hasn't really shifted yet. It barely crossed the pivots. The trend meter right here is still red as well. So it hasn't really confirmed that it's going to, push up in the other direction yet or not. We need to wait for that confirmation before it comes down. Yeah, no problem, Abraham. You just want to be patient with it and not jump the ship right away, because this can easily just come all the way back down from this point. It's currently at the wait. Is the Asia and I'm trying to confirm that the Asia and the oh yeah. So it looks like Asia and London high lows are at the same area. Actually, no, I think I just accidentally dragged this over earlier. So let me just drag the 1500. So the Asia low is actually right over here. I don't know how that got moved earlier, but I fixed it. Okay. So looking at this right here. Yeah, so price actually shifted above the Asia low already. I don't know how that got mixed up over there, but price currently broke the Asia low. It's now at the London low right here. So this is going to be a key factor here. So looking at where price is going to go from this point will possibly determine the direction of price. Price is currently within the Asia low and the London low. So if this ends up swinging below here with the sell signal, then we could probably expect it to come, back down. Vice versa, if price ends up swinging above here, retesting, and then coming back up, then it might be shifting to a buy. So price is in a key area right now. Sorry, I gotta sneeze. Yeah, looking at this right here, it's currently in a key area. So I'm going to wait to see where price ends up closing, outside of this area here. If it closes above, we might look for a buy. If it closes below, we might go back to looking for a sell. It's just, it's just going to be a matter of time right here. So let me scroll over here real quick. Prometheus say, can I get a coupon code that CAD to USD hurts? Sorry, Prometheus, we don't have any more discount codes available. They all expired like last year. And we actually plan on increasing prices for like new members because the demand for K2 is just too high right now. And I don't really have time to really teach everybody as much as I used to before, because there's a lot of members that are already in K2. There's like over 500 of us. So, my main focus is on the people who are already in K2. I mean, I don't mind helping you guys out here and answering your questions during the live sessions, but for the most part, a lot of our focus sticks within the group here for the people who actually need help when I'm not on the live session. So unfortunately, we don't have any discount codes, and we probably won't have any anymore because the demand for K2 is just a little too high. And there's only one of me, and there's like hundreds of you guys. Let's see. Kel said 34,982, good spot for reversal. There's a 1 hour OB trend line that was broken. So let's see, 34,982. I mean, that's pretty high, 34,982. So that's pretty high, Kel. If you're looking on MT4, your pricing might be a lot different, but I mean, just looking at it here on TradingView, Let's see, 82. That's pretty high up here. I think the reversal might have happened sometime before that, because we have the Asia high right here, right below it, and then we have the US high from today right here as well. So it's gonna have to break through a lot of these price points. It's currently still ranging within this area right here too. So I mean, who knows? Price might end up pushing that high, and then yeah, it might come down from that point. But it looks like price is still having difficulty breaking past the London low right here. Another thing to keep in mind is that the Fed's going to be speaking at 11, so it's 7 right now, 8, 9, 10, 11. In about 3.5 hours, the Fed's going to speak. When they speak, they can easily push price up or push price down. So by the time price reaches that area right there, it might be let me see. I'm just going to mark it up over here. The Fed speaks right here at 11. So at this point right here, you can probably expect some sort of, market manipulation happening as we get to that point. Price is currently rejecting off the London low right here. I mean, we'll see what happens. If price finally breaks and closes above it, then, there might be a shift in price, but we really don't know yet until we have that confirmation. If price does break above here, this is what I'll be looking for. So if it breaks and closes above here, I'm going to look for a push up, look for a tracement down. And then if it rejects off this point right here, like it does a break and retest off the London low, then I'll probably catch it as it swings up higher, right? That's usually what I'd be looking for. However, if it fails to break this London low over here, then what I'd be expecting is a possible break to the downside, retracement up right here, rejection off the Asia low, and then I would catch it as it comes right back down, right? So there's two different scenarios here. This is why this is a really crucial area to be looking at, because this can happen where it comes below, or this can happen where it breaks above and it does the opposite in the opposite direction, right? A lot of things can play out here. There's a bunch of different scenarios. Price can either come back up or it can come back down. You can see right here it's starting to come back down, right? So this is exactly what I'm looking for right now. We got a pending sell here on the 1 minute, but this is something that I wouldn't enter. Reason for that is because price is above the pivots. There's just no confirmation of it going that direction. Here, the 3 minute, this might be a pretty strong deciding factor, depending on where it goes. I'm personally looking for it to break below. If it breaks below, then that's completely fine. This would actually provide for a sell entry using the pivot strategy on the 3 minute. Let's see. I'm going to look over here at the fundamentals. Fundamentals are right down the middle. It's only up 21 points, so this can easily go either way. So there's a lot of COVID news going on this morning, guys. There's another COVID update right here. NYC's de Blasio mandates vaccines for all indoor activities. All right, so New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio just mandated this. So, there's a lot of things in the market that are affecting. I'm not on the East Coast. I'm here on the West Coast, so I'm not really familiar with what's going on over there. But looks like on August 16, vaccines are required for all indoor things. Okay, so that's crazy. This is exactly what people were anticipating, and now it's come to fruition. So now New York is starting to require vaccines. So we'll see what happens from here, guys. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the news that's happening. Looking back at the 3 minute, see where price is currently at. It still hasn't broken above or below, right? I mean, it broke past it, but it hasn't closed above or below. So this is what I mentioned earlier. This is a crucial, period to look at, or a crucial price area to look at, because when price breaks above, this can play out. If price breaks below, this can play out. There's two different scenarios here that can play out. It's just a matter of waiting for that confirmation. I'm just waiting for this here. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I can answer them for you. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to be waiting for any possible entries here. If we don't have any entries by 8 o'clock, then I'm probably going to call it a day. Reason for that is because I generally stop trading around 8 anyways. Plus, we got the Fed speaking at 11. So just keep that in mind. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, COVID news, Fed member Bowman speaking at 11. This is probably going to be the main thing today. So just keep that in mind. When he speaks, he can say things that are positive or negative to the economy. And then from there, that's going to dictate where price goes. S is asking, what copy trader do you guys use? I use Social Trader tools. There's a couple other people here who use other tools, but me personally, I use Social Trader tools, if you're wondering. All right, so price is currently shifting below. We just need the confirmation of it closing. Once it closes and it provides for a sell signal, then we can possibly take this for a short on the 3 minute. Just keep in mind that this is going to be a risky trade if it does come up. And if it does come up, we're probably going to use a smaller, well, I'm probably going to use like half a lot size or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to let you guys know when we have that confirmation. But yeah, look at the fundamentals. It's just right down the middle. Not really much of a bias here on the fundamental side. It's more so on the technical side. But looking at this here, a lot of these are starting to stack up the red stocks over here. McDonald's is down, Walt Disney's down, Visa's down, Goldman Sachs is down, Boeing's down, Amex is down, Salesforce is down, etc. So yeah, we'll see if it finally breaks and closes below here. If it doesn't, it's just going to keep going sideways. So we got about 30 seconds left on this candle. Price is really attempting to break below or above it, but it just hasn't yet. It's just taking some time. We got about 20 seconds left on this candle. Let's see, we got 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Yeah, price hasn't. Okay, so price broke below right here. This is what we were looking for. We're waiting for price to break below, right? Now we just need a confirmation of the sell signal, but it needs to close below these pivots right here. So in order for us to provide for a sell entry here, we would need it to close below this pivot here. So going back to the requirements here for the pivot scalp, this is the same strategy, but applied on the 3-minute time frame. So in order for me to take the trade here, I would need this to close below. So we got about 2 minutes left on this candle. Let's see what happens here. Looking at the fundamentals, looks like it's still right down the middle. It hasn't really shifted too much. It's kind of just right there. Looking at the market sentiment, a lot of retail traders are starting to hop on the short side, right? It went from 61% to now 64%. That becomes risky if we enter a short here because price can easily, go back into consolidation range, or it can probably just reverse on us. But we'll see what happens here. So we got about 1:50 left on this candle here. Let me see. Yeah, so looking at this right here, I can't remember why I drew this line right here, but I mean, it's rejecting off it perfectly. So on the one hour over here, it's actually coming back down. So it does have a sell bias here. 10-minute, same situation, has a rejection off the London high right here. So it might be coming back down. We just need a confirmation of that sell signal. If that sell signal comes up, we can possibly take this for a sell. If not, then we're probably just going to be waiting for that confirmation. So, and not really much to look at. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. It's 7:37 right now. So if I don't get any questions, I'll probably be logging off within the next 20 minutes or so or less. Just if we confirm there's any moves here. There's obviously no moves here. So the reason why I'm not entering any trades is because I'm not trying to get caught underneath this. I mean, I wouldn't really call it market manipulation because price doesn't even have a direction right now. It would be market manipulation if price was like heavily on one side and it was doing the opposite. But right now, it's kind of just going down the middle. It's not really pushing. You can see right here, price is actually pushing back into that range that we drew earlier. So if it provides an invalid signal there, there's not going to be an entry. All right. Just waiting for this here. All right, 10 seconds left on here. If it closes with an invalid signal, then there's for sure not going to be a sell available at all. So that's an invalid signal. Reason for it being invalid is that, yeah, and it's invalid there. So I think I might not be taking any trades today, guys. The reason for that is because this is an invalid signal. It's invalid because it's a sell signal with a green candle within it. Generally, if you take something like that, you can see how risky it is, right? Because technically you can enter a sell stop here and just catch it as it comes back down. But you can see price is kind of just bouncing within this area. Price failed to confirm this right here. So I had two different scenarios that were drawn out right here. I was looking for price to come below, retest, and then come back further, right? Right here, price came below and then it just came right back up into that range. It didn't really choose the direction at all. So just the way that the price is moving right now, I'm probably not going to mess with the market because we do have the Fed speaking in a couple hours, in about 3 hours or so. And that just causes a lot of risk in the market because this can easily go in one direction or the other. So yeah, exactly. C6 said total KIA today. Yeah, no, there just isn't anything for us to take right here, right? The last thing you want to do is enter a trade and then it ends up reversing on you because the two scenarios that I drew right here, there's like little to no volatility. Generally we're in the New York session right now, so price usually moves. You'd expect it to, move up or move down. Right here, price hasn't moved at all. It's just going sideways, which is kind of pointless to trade in. Because the last thing you want to do is if you trade in during these conditions right here, guys, this is just a gamble because there's no confirmation that it's going to go one way or the other. Oh, Kai. Yeah, no, exactly, Sisu. But yeah, I mean, if you guys were looking for a possible entry here, there would be a snipe entry that's available right here. I'm not going to take it because it's too risky. But yeah, technically, this would be a snipe entry right here. So same requirements that we looked at earlier. Confirm a wick rejection off the K2 pivot, confirm a wick rejection off the K2 SR zone, confirm the wick rejection doesn't touch the pivot. So the body's right here, the pivot's down here. And lastly, confirm the direction momentum. Right here, we have a buy signal. So technically this would be a snipe entry for a buy. But I'm personally not going to take it because, like I mentioned before, price hasn't really moved. It's attempting to move here, but it hasn't really moved yet. And there just isn't really a confirmation. I mean, technically this would be a possible buy. So we might be shifting this, but I'm probably not going to take it. I'll just mark it up for you guys here. I think it's a little too risky for me to enter it, so I'm probably not going to enter it. If I do enter it for a small move, I'll let you guys know. I might enter it for like a partial move, not the entire full scalp there. Because technically there's an entry right here too on the 1 minute. That's even riskier. So I'm not really going to take that either. But I'll just have it right here marked up for whoever, plans on taking it. Because a lot of you guys are taking a lot of trades on your own, which is completely fine. So no confirmation there on the 3 minute. Looks like it just came back up again. I'm just gonna mark it up here for the 1 minute. I'm not taking this trade. Like I mentioned before, it's just too risky. It's not really worth taking on my end because I don't want to take a trade if I'm not 100% sure about it. That buy signal never closed right there on the 3 minutes, so there's no entry that's available there. And then now it's turning into invalid. So just looking at current price, it's still going sideways, right? Between the London low and the Asia low. It's still going sideways right here. Hasn't confirmed a breakout in either direction. We just got to wait for this to confirm. But this is why I always recommend, guys, it's better to be careful than to be, it's better to be safe than sorry. Because the thing is, if you hop into a trade, last thing you want to do is hop in and then it reverses on you. That's a worse feeling, right? You enter a trade and then you're like, damn, I should just waited for that confirmation. Because the thing is, if you enter right here for a buy and then it comes back down, you're now in some drawdown, which you could have just waited for that confirmation and before entering it and getting caught in that move right there. But yeah, I mean, currently right now, it's just going sideways. Nothing really confirming the move. Same with the snipe over here, nothing confirming the move. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out right now. Otherwise, I'm probably going to call it a day. I'm not going to risk losing a trade just to have a small scalp here. I'm only going to take it if I'm 100% sure. And right now I'm not 100% sure about the direction or where momentum is pushing. Generally, price should be moving. You can see right here, this is from market open until now. Price moved, and then now it's just consolidating. Looking at yesterday, so let's see. We go to yesterday US session. See how price is moving right here? Okay, so market open here at 6:30. It came down, right? Consolidated a bit. This is what you guys don't want to end up in. See how price came down, consolidates a bit. If you guys entered a buy right here, you would have been screwed because as soon as you entered that buy, what happened like a couple hours later, came all the way back down. And that's why you want to wait for that confirmation for price to go directional. Generally, it should be moving directional, but today it just hasn't really moved very much. I don't know if you guys can see these lines right here. Let me just delete this stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see these lines right here, but this red line right here is the Asia low Oh no, this red line right here is the London low, and this purple line right here is the Asia low. So you can see price is kind of just going sideways. The thing that I drew up here hasn't played out. We're waiting for it to break above and then come back down and then shoot back up, or come down below here, trace, and then come down even lower. Here's the 1 minute here. I'm kind of tempted to enter this for a 1 minute entry, but the last thing I want to do is get caught in any retracements back to the downside. Oh, fuck, I missed it. See, I would have. I was thinking about hopping in. I was just telling you guys right now. I was tempted to enter this. It just hit full TP. If anyone caught it, the 1 minute scalp here. If you guys did, you guys can. It looks like a lot of you guys actually took it. Looks like Kyle over here took it. Yeah, I made 3,121. Nice work, Kyle. So definitely great work there. Eric over here as well. Eric has this all marked up as well. He has an order block on the 5 minute. He's expecting it to come back down. So that's probably a good idea to just wait out for that. Some of you guys here took the trade. So like Jerry over here took the buy. He locked in at 2,036. Nice work, Jerry. He actually took the 3 minute buy. Scotty over here took the buy as well. He locked in 387. So this is why it's important that you guys know the strategy and you guys know what you're doing. Because if you guys do, you guys can easily hop into these trades here. Josh as well. Josh took the buy over here, made a total of 938 off his first account. His second account over here made 245. Nice work, Josh. Sisuk here as well. Sisuk's been playing around with it. He locked in a total of 5,220. Nice work, Sisuk. And Dell over here as well. So Dell took a couple trades here, made a total of 457 for the day. Nice work, Dell. Congrats. So yeah, congrats to you guys here who are taking the trades. Salorm here as well. Salorm took the buy, locked in a total of 865, basically close to 1,000. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it, but I'll give you guys the update here for you guys here in the premium who actually caught it. Because that's some pretty nice profit, guys. I mean, these wins here are very quick wins, but they're pretty solid wins. Even though I'm kind of dry for the day, unfortunately, I didn't take any trades. It's all good. I'm happy to see you guys here still profiting off this pretty solidly. So there you go, guys. For whoever caught the nice Patrick over here as well. So Patrick took the buy as well, made 3,060. You can see it's blue here for a buy because he just took that buy there. Also down here, on his other account, total of 3,950. He also took the buy here just right now. So definitely great work, Patrick. Yeah, you guys are pretty solid over here. Looks like a lot of you guys locked in some pretty nice profit off that quick buy. See Roman over here. Roman sent me this meme. Said, honey, time to do whatever you want. He's over here trading. It's exactly what we're doing here, right, guys? So yeah, great work amongst everyone here who caught the scalp. Obviously I didn't catch it, but it's all good. I'm not really like I'm fine, because the thing is I could have made some profit off this, but I also could have lost some profit if I hopped in and wasn't confident about the trade. So what I always recommend, guys, if you guys are not confident about a trade, just let it go. Wait for the next one. But if you guys are confident, like, a handful of people here in K2, you guys could hop in and not really worry about it. You could just hop in, make that profit, and then hop out. Camo over here as well. Nice. Yeah, so Camo over here on his 25K account made some profit off that, 622. Nice work, Camo. Other than that, I think that's it for now. So let's see. Shaqui said, anyone among the members adopted K2 strategy to scalp gold? Tommy does. So if you go in the group, Shaqui, Tommy actually posted his profits earlier over here. His name's Tommy Hang. I know he's been using it because I've seen his trades before. Tommy right here in the premium trade talk. I know he's traded gold before. So if you want to ask him, he can probably tell you what he's doing. He's probably doing the same thing that we're doing here. Just he's applying the same strategy, but on gold. So he's been doing it pretty well. His profits, I think his payout this month is going to be close to 100K. It's pretty crazy. I think his payout is today, actually, on the 3rd. So Tommy's going to keep us updated with that. And we'll see what happens from that point. Yeah, Mark mentioned risk is too high today, so I'm staying out. I'll take a look after the Fed speaks. So yeah, the Fed speaks in about less than 3 hours, guys. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have to trade, don't trade, guys. Like, you don't have to force a trade every single day, right? Like for me, if you guys have been following my trades, I had straight wins this entire week, right? So if you look at my trades here, no losses. And I only took like 3 trades yesterday. Today, I didn't take any trades. It's fine. I'm being conservative. I'm making sure that I, maximize my profits and minimize my losses as much as possible. So if you guys don't have to trade, I recommend that you guys just hold off. If you guys want to trade, go ahead and keep trading, but, just keep in mind to keep your risk low and to use a tight stop loss, because when the Fed speaks at 11, price can easily just reverse on you when you least expect it. Joshua over here took the buy as well, locked in a total of 702 for the day. Nice work, Joshua. Yeah, Joshua just said done for the day. So if you guys don't have to trade, I recommend you guys just sit out the market. Joshua, again, over here, his other account, 1,505. Nice work, Joshua. So we took both trades right there, sells and buys today, and locked in some pretty nice profit. Myanchi's asking, Myanchi is asking, how many days do we have to beat the FTMO challenge? You have 30 days to beat the challenge. You have a minimum of 10 trading days. So you don't have to trade every day. You just need to trade 10 days out of the 30 days, which is not that hard because we trade every day here anyway. So if you just copy, a couple trades or take what we're taking every day, you should be completely fine to pass with no problem. Because we do have a high win rate. So as long as you don't take any losses, which, we rarely do, you should be able to pass those days and reach the profit target pretty easily. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. Let's see. Kenny said, I'm going to wait for tomorrow morning. Exactly. Me too, Kenny. I'm not going to take any trades right now. It's just too risky for me to hop in, even though this would have been a nice buy here. Unfortunately, I missed this buy here on the 3-minute. Yeah, this would have hit a full TP right here as well. So this is exactly what we were waiting for, right? We were waiting for that buy signal to come up, and it finally came up right there, but I totally missed it, which is fine. Like I mentioned, we were waiting for price to be above this area, and it finally is, but I'm not going to risk losing any trades because I want to hop in for a small scalp. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me or message me on Telegram. Telegram is going to be a quicker time for me to respond back to you. But if you guys do want to email me, it's completely fine. You can email me. It'll just take at least 48 hours for me to get to you because I have about 800 emails today to get through. I mean, I've been trying to knock out my emails from the weekend, but every day there just keeps, it just keeps adding up more and more questions. So if you guys do have a question, you guys do email me, just keep in mind that it's going to take about 48 hours for me to respond back to you guys. Al's asking, what are the TP and stop loss for the 3-minute scalp? For the 3-minute, we're using a 25.50, Al. So you have 250 points, or you have 25 points for a TP, 50 points for a stop loss. Converting that to pips, that'll be 250 pips for a buy, or for a TP, and 500 pips for a stop loss. Yeah, exactly. So thanks, Mikhail. Mikhail mentioned it's 250 to 500, depending if you're counting it by pips or by points. So. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the day. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys here back tomorrow. And if you guys don't have to trade, I recommend you guys just sit out the trading day because the Fed is speaking in about 2 hours. So be